bird. Green, something's chasing me.
Okay.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
One of my many hobbies and interests is language learning. Sometimes I wish it wasn't because it's hard, but God gives us all talents and gifts and interests for a reason, so we're going to run with it. This week, I'm attempting to learn a brand new language from scratch, starting at zero, only using Duolingo. And master language learners like myself have probably used Duolingo in the past and know that it's not always the best.
Why are we still using it?
But this week, we're going to put that to the test. Bars. So I do have some specific goals for the next 7 days. At the end of the week, I would like to be able to introduce myself and give some basic facts about myself as if I were meeting somebody for the first time. Number 2, I want to have a successful dining experience. Unfortunately, we do not have any restaurants in this city that I would be able to immerse myself in or speak the language at, so I'm just gonna have to do a skit for you, and I know you're really gonna enjoy it because obviously my acting skills are incredible. And number 3, I want to reach an A2 level of fluency. So if you don't know what that is, you can take a test if you're learning a new language that'll give you a score from A1 to C2, A1 being beginner and C2 being fluent. So A2 kind of puts me at a level that I'm able to understand basic words and phrases and conversations and navigate very basic life situations. So the language that I will be attempting to learn is French. My mom took French in high school and she taught me at a really young age, numbers 1 through 10. So thanks, Mom, for preparing me for this exact moment. So here's the plan. Day 1, I'm going to try to get through as many of these units as possible. This particular section has 6 different units, so I'm going to try to get through half of them today, half of them tomorrow, and finish the entire thing in the next 2 days. A lot of these are just going to be super basic, so I'm thinking this is going to be the bulk of the grind. I know nothing, so I'm just going to be consuming a ton of new information. Duolingo also has a podcast, so since I can't watch any YouTube videos or movies or TV in my target language, I'm going to try to utilize this podcast as much as I can because I really need to get some listening input. So when I go on my little daily hot girl walks, I will be popping in my AirPods listening to some French Duolingo podcast. It's day 2, and I feel like Duolingo's been teaching me some words. I'm thinking that I can introduce myself. Je suis Kate, travaille en Amérique, et mon chat n'est un historien. Je travaille avec des filles. I just wanted to announce that I had a dream in French last night. I mean, it was gibberish, but... Fluency check! Bonjour, je suis Kate, j'habite en Amérique, et j'ai une sœur et une mère et un père. Je travaille ici en Colombie et ma voiture est blanche. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. Alright, y'all. Time for some real talk here. I have not been getting through these lessons as quickly as I had originally hoped. It's been taking so long to get through these units. It's been an hour and a half and I've only finished those 2. It's crazy. And I think I was a little bit optimistic when I said I could get through that first section in 2 days. I think I'm going to be able to finish it by the end of today, but I have figured out that if I just go halfway through the unit, I've learned all I needed to learn, and I can just take the test to skip to the next one. So I'm going to keep doing that. We'll see what I can get done today. Don't mind my computer sounding like it's about to blow up. For some reason, it has not been liking Duolingo being run. I'm about halfway through this last unit, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take the test to jump to section 2. They did it. In honor of my French endeavors this week, we're going for the viral cookie croissant. Oh yeah.
That's really good. You wouldn't think that like a flaky croissant and like a gooey cookie dough would really go together.
But it does. Whoever that baker in France was that made this, thank you.
If you know what's good for yourself, you're gonna try that recipe right now.
Yeah, I will say that is probably top 3 best things I've ever tasted in my entire life. Definitely not overrated. It's so viral yet still underrated, so. So why do French people only have one sound, I wonder? Mon chant est grand et ton chant est petit. Huh? You say it.
Mon chant est grand et ton chant est petit.
So I just went on a walk and listened to my French Duolingo podcast, of course, and what they do is they tell a story about someone or something in the target language, so French, and they have English commentary. So I listened to an episode called The Secret Life of Josephine Baker, and it was really good. If you know anything about Josephine Baker, she was a famous dancer in France, and she did like a whole bunch of things. She was just very famous. She was American, but she was also a spy. So it was a really cool story to listen to, and I really enjoyed it. I couldn't understand anything, so it was good that there was English commentary, but I could pick out some words, and it was really cool to be able to recognize some words in French and like space them out, and it was really cool. I'm also feeling quite nervous about my tests that I'm going to take tomorrow. I'm going to take the A2 fluency test and also do the restaurant skit tomorrow. So I'm nervous because I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, but we will see. Duolingo hopefully is preparing me well. Today's a big day. I'm going to be taking my French level test to see if I will get A2. Let's get started. This is what the screen looks like. I just found a random test online, so I'm going to get started. This is hard. I don't know any of this. Yeah. So for this test, I got A1, as I should, because I didn't know any of that. But that test was super short, so I'm gonna take another one and see what I get with that one as well. This is what this one looks like. So let's see how I do this time. Okay, a few of these I know for sure, so hoping this one's a little bit more accurate. Okay, so I definitely liked this test better. It was much longer, so I felt like it was a lot more accurate. And there were actually questions that I could answer. So I got 25 out of 50, which I think is pretty freaking good. It didn't actually tell me if I got A2 or A1. If I had to guess though, honestly, I'm probably A1. I really didn't know very much, but it was cool to test myself.
Oh, bonjour, mademoiselle.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
Ça va bien. Qu'est-ce que vous désirez?
Je voudrais une pizza, s'il vous plaît.
Voilà. Vous désirez une boisson?
Oui, je voudrais un verre d'eau, s'il vous plaît.
Oh. Voilà. C'est tout, mademoiselle?
That's it.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
7 days of only using Duolingo. And I can confidently say that language learning is still hard. I think these 7 days have made me really appreciate the diversity of language learning. There are so many resources and so many things that you can do to learn a language. I've been learning Spanish on and off for the past 10 years, and I haven't gotten to the level that I'm at today by only using one resource. I've used Duolingo in the past, and it's been really helpful to learn new words and phrases and grammar structure, but it's taken so many other resources. But I've fallen in love with watching Spanish movies and TV and getting to watch vloggers and listening to Spanish Spanish music. I've also gotten to take formal language classes in middle and high school and college, which have been super fundamental to my Spanish. And I've gotten to travel to a few Spanish-speaking countries to immerse myself in the language. So it's taken a huge array of things. So if you're learning a new language, don't get discouraged and only use Duolingo. Take advantage of your resources and try to get out there and make the most of your language learning.